Welcome to Aksharashala. In this video, I'm going to introduce semiconductor memories, and memory organization and its operation, and we will see how to expand the memory size. A digital processing system requires a facility for storing digital information. Digital processing system always, in every occasion, in every case, requires a facility for storing digital information. The information usually consists of instructions which are coded in binary form, data to be processed, data which is semi-processed, which is called as intermediate data, and final results, etc. The subsystem of a digital processing system which provides the storage facility is referred to as the memory. Till recently, the memories used were mostly of magnetic type. With unprecedented developments in semiconductor technology, it has become possible to make semiconductor memories of various types and sizes. These memories have become very popular due to their small size, low cost, high speed, high reliability, and ease of expansion of the memory size. Therefore, it is necessary for a designer of digital processors to know thoroughly the principles of operation and the limitations of various semiconductor memory devices. Now let us see memory organization and operation. The basic element of a semiconductor memory is a flip-flop. Flip-flop is used to store one bit of information. The information is stored in binary form. There are a number of locations in the memory chip. Each location is being meant for one word of digital information. The number of locations and the number of bits comprising the word vary from memory to memory. The size of a memory chip is specified by two numbers, M and N, as M by N bits. The number capital M specifies the number of locations available in memory, and capital N is the number of bits at each location. In other words, this means that M words of N bits each can be stored in the memory. The commonly used values of the number of words per chip are 64, 256, 512, 1024, 2048 and 4096, etc. Whereas the common values for the word sizes are 1, 4 and 8, etc. Memories requiring higher number of words and or larger word sizes can be formed by using these chips. This is the block diagram of memory device. Each of the M locations, here M represents number of memory locations in the memory, and N represents number of bits in each memory location. So each of M locations of the memory is defined by a unique address. So to select M locations, each location is given a unique address. Therefore, for accessing any one of M locations, totally M memory locations are there in this memory unit. Suppose each memory location is given unique address. So for accessing any one of memory location, P inputs are required. So by using P inputs, we can represent 2 power P memory locations. Here 2 power P equivalent small capital M. So 2 power P equivalent capital M. This set of lines is referred to as address inputs or address bus. The address is specified in the binary form. For convenience, octal and hexadecimal representations are commonly employed. In fact, the address input is applied to a P2M decoder. P2M decoder. Here, P inputs are required. P address inputs are required to select any one of M memory locations. So which activates, so this address lines, based on address lines, any one of M outputs depending on the address, and thus the desired memory location is selected. The number of inputs required to store the data into or read the data from any memory location is capital N. One set of N lines is required for storing the data into the memory, referred to as data inputs, and another set of N lines is required for reading the data already stored in the memory, which is referred to as data outputs. The concept of bus is used to refer to a group of conductors carrying related set of signals. Therefore, the set of lines meant for data inputs is input data bus, and for data outputs is output data bus. Input and output data buses are unidirectional. That is, the data can flow in only one direction. In most of the memory chips available, the same set of lines is used for data input as well as data output and is referred to as bidirectional data bus. This means that the data bus is time multiplexed. It is used as input bus for some specific time, and as it is used as output bus for some other time, depending upon a read-write control input as shown in this figure. A number of control inputs are required to give commands to the device to perform the desired operation. For example, a command signal is required to tell the memory whether a read or write operation is desired. For this purpose, read-write control pin is used. When read-write control is high, when this is high, data bus will be used for reading the memory. Reading the memory means here bus will be act as output bus. Whereas when read-write control pin is low, when it is low, the bus will be acting in the input direction, and the data on the bus will go into the memory. Other command signals include chip enable, chip select, etc. In addition to the above mentioned functional pins, a minimum of 2 pins are required for power supply and ground. Now let us see the internal organization of 16x4 memory chip. This is the internal organization of 16x4 memory chip. Here 16 represents number of memory locations. Here 4 represents number of bits in each memory location. For writing a word, so how write operation will be carried out for a 16x4 memory chip? Let us see. For writing a word into a particular memory location, following sequence of operations is to be performed. The chip select signal is applied to the CS terminal. The word to be stored is applied to the data input terminal. Suppose I want to store 1001, that will be applied to the data input terminals. The address of the desired memory location, suppose I want to store that data in memory location 0. So address inputs will be 0, 0, 0, 0. Suppose if I want to store that data in memory location 2, then address inputs will be 0, 0, 1, 0. So the address inputs are given to these inputs. A write command signal is applied to the write control input terminal with RD equivalent 0. So so we are performing write operation now. So write will become 1, read operation will be given as 0. So in this way, write operation can be performed in 16x4 memory. Now let us see how read operation is carried out in a 16 by 4 memory chip. To read or to retrieve a data word known to be stored at a particular address, the following sequence of operations is required to be performed. Again, the chip select signal is applied to CS terminal. The address of the desired memory location is applied to the address inputs, and read command signal is will be given as 1, and right input is connected to ground. In response to the above operations, the data word stored at the address location appears on the data output terminals. In this way, read operations can be performed in a 16 by 4 memory. Suppose if we want to expand the memory size, let us see how to expand the memory size. In many memory applications, the required memory capacity, that is the number of words or word size, cannot be satisfied by a single available memory IC chip. Therefore, several similar chips have to be combined suitably to provide the desired number of words or word size. So how to expand the word size? Let us see. Suppose if it is required to have a memory word size small n and the word size available is capital N, where small n is greater than capital N. So we have capital N but required size is small n. Then the number of similar ICs can be combined together to achieve the desired word size. The number of IC chips required is an integer next higher to the value small n by capital N. These chips are to be connected in the following way. Connect the corresponding address lines. Connect the corresponding address lines of each chip individually. That means A0 of each chip is connected together and it becomes A0 of overall memory. Similarly, connect other address lines together. A1 of each chip is connected together and it becomes A1 of the overall memory. A2, A3 are connected, A3 of each chip is connected together and it becomes A3 of overall memory. In this way, you have to connect. Connect the RD input. So read input. Connect the read input of each IC together and it becomes read input for the overall memory. Similarly, connect write input of each IC together and it becomes the write input for the overall memory. Similarly, you can connect CS input. Now the number of data input or output lines will be equal to the product of the number of chips used and word size of each chip. The following now let us see one example how to expand this word size. Now let us obtain 16 by 8 memory. This is the required memory, but I am having only 16 by 4 memory. So here word size required is small n equivalent to 8, capital N equivalent to 4. So required size is 8 and available size is 4. Therefore, small n by capital N equivalent 2. 2 chips are required to obtain the desired memory. Since each chip can store 16 4-bit. So each chip can store 16 4-bit words and this chip can store 16 4-bit words and we want to store 16 8-bit words. So each chip is required to store half of each word. So this figure represents relevant connections of the two chips. Here we have assumed bidirectional inputs, input and output, bidirectional input output lines, which is common in available memory chips. In this 16 by 8 memory, the higher order 4 bits are located in memory M1 and lower order 4 bits are located in memory chip M0. In this way, we can obtain 16 by 8 memory using 16 by 4 memory ICs. So in the similar way, we can expand the word capacity. Memory chips can be combined together to produce a memory with the desired number of locations. To obtain a memory of capacity small m words using the memory chips with capital M words is the number of chips required is an integer next higher to the value small m by capital M. These chips are to be connected in the following way. Connect the corresponding address lines of each chip individually. Connect the read input of each chip together. Similarly, connect the write inputs. Use a decoder of proper size and connect each of its inputs to one of the chip select terminals of memory chips. For example, if 8 chips are to be connected, a 3 line to 8 line decoder, 3 by 8 decoder is required to select one out of 8 chips at any one time. In this way, we can expand the word capacity. This is similar procedure you can apply as the expanding word size. For expanding word capacity also, you can expand. For any queries, please contact aksharshala@gmail.com. For further updates, please subscribe to Aksharshala. Thank you.